welcome back to my channel. This is going to be the very first video on this channel. You guys probably already know me from my main channel, Ripboy Gaming TV. If you follow me on there, welcome. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Feel free to let me know your thoughts in the comments, say what's up, be a part of the community. But today, as the title suggests, we're here to cover the delay of Sony's PlayStation Live Service games. Now, Sony Group leader Hiroki Totoki revealed that the company's PlayStation division delayed 6 of the upcoming 12 live service games. Now, PlayStation Studios, of course, have a total of 12 live service projects that they've mentioned are in development, half of which are expected to actually release by fiscal year 2025. Now, following the announcement of PlayStation boss Jim Ryan's departure, reports emerged that PlayStation Studios had been struggling to adjust under his push towards games as a service. This was followed by reports that The Last of Us multiplayer was all but cancelled. And I did a video about that on my main channel when I talked about the project being put on ice and everything that was going on at Naughty Dog. However, Sony has reiterated that its live service games are still in development. And also a Naughty Dog developer recently confirmed that they're still working on The Last of Us multiplayer game, just that now that the timeline is like nowhere near them knowing when the game will be ready, so they're not even going to bother trying to update on that front. Now, Totoki in his statement said, "We are trying as much as possible to ensure these games are enjoyed and liked by gamers for a long time," referencing the live service games, that is. And then he said, of the 12 titles, 6 titles will be released by fiscal year 2025. That's our current plan. As for the remaining 6 titles, we're still working on that. That's the latest number of live service and multiplayer titles. Mid to long term, we want to push this kind of service, and that's an unchanged policy of the... Now, you guys already know my thoughts from the main channel. I don't mind live service games. I don't mind games as a service existing, but I do mind them when they become very predatory and just microtransaction heavy. So I am kind of wary that Sony may lose its way by focusing on these games, but I also see the need for Sony to pivot to this, because again, they do very well with our single player story games, giving us fantastic story after fantastic story, but they've been lacking in terms of like the multiplayer department. So I can see why financially it would be good for PlayStation to move in that angle and have the single player coexisting with the multiplayer. But again, that's if they're able to fully coexist together and like one doesn't take priority over the other, and then you get the best of both worlds. So multiplayer fans get what they want with the live service games, and then single player fans, we still get the single player story games we've come to love. Now, it's been a good year overall for PlayStation. 2023, it's been anemic in terms of big first-party releases outside of Horizon Forbidden West DLC Burning Shores and Spider-Man 2, which I recently finished up on my main channel. You'll be able to see that. I might leave a link in the description, I'm not too sure, but it's whatever. Oh, by the way, Spider-Man sold 5 million copies in its first week of release, despite being a PlayStation 5 exclusive, meaning that none of those sales came from PS4 or old gen, so that's very impressive. And I think it actually became the fastest selling first-party Sony game in a 24-hour period. I think that first 24 hours of its launch was fucking record-breaking. But yeah, very, very good to hear, very good to hear. Very good game, and you should play it if you get the chance. Now, I feel like a lack of new announcements has similarly left fans who upgraded to the new hardware wondering what's coming down the pipeline, especially with regards to these big single-player games that I was referring to. Because we all know stuff like Wolverine and all the other various announcements are coming. Those were showcased in the various state of plays and PlayStation showcases, but they haven't fully fleshed everything out, right? Because we just know that with the multiplayer games, we know that there's 12 games. We know some of them were announced, and now we know, okay, 6 of them are coming by 2025. And then out of the 12 as well, we also know that some of them are going to be existing franchises, like Horizon is going to be one of the multiplayers. And then again, we know The Last of Us Factions is going to be one of them. Although Factions is probably not coming by fiscal year 2025. Factions is probably in the other 6. Anyways, live service games have been a goldmine for companies who have managed to make them work. The money players spend in games like Madden, FIFA, NBA 2K, Fortnite, and Call of Duty basically outpaces the revenue from sales of most games themselves. But again, several companies who have also tried to chase this trend have come up painfully short. One such example we can use is BioWare's attempts to emulate Destiny 2 with the action RPG called Anthem, which we all know crashed and burned. And even Destiny 2 itself has also recently struggled because, again, we had layoffs at Bungie. Almost 100 staff were let go after their new, I forgot what the expansion was called, because again, I don't play Destiny, so. But they did some new big expansion or whatever. It didn't do as they needed, and Sony had told them they were missing revenue projections by 45% this year, so they had to cut off a bunch of employees. So again, even if Sony managed to ship all 12 of the planned live service games on time, fans, and I'm speaking for like all fans and myself included, there is a worry that the glut of projects could lead to a few successes and many failures. Like I was mentioning, all of those projects, there's bound to be some failures, and there's probably bound to be a low hit rate in terms of success. So it could potentially just be wasting resources and potentially leading to more mass layoffs for the studios that are involved, right? If things don't go according to plan. Again, Creative Assembly recently laid off tons of developers after Sega decided to cancel one of their upcoming extraction shooters. I think it was called Hyenas, reportedly taking a huge write-down on its most expensive unreleased game ever. Now, in terms of PlayStation multiplayer offerings, we know PlayStation acquired, Sony acquired Firewalk Studios in April to develop a AAA multiplayer game. We also know that The Last of Us game again, that's also still in the pipeline. And again, we know Guerrilla Games is working on the Horizon-based live service game. And then Bungie is working on Marathon. Again, it's one of those things. And again, I don't want to make this video too long. I want to keep it short. I want to keep it concise. This channel, I'm not going to put like long videos on this channel. They're going to be the shorter variety type. And my main channel is going to remain for my playthroughs. But yeah, just to finish my point, only time will tell which 6 of the live service games we will actually see by fiscal year 2025, and which ones have been pushed to sometime beyond that or pushed into the nether realm and never coming back. So again, I just wanted to make this quick video to discuss that. Let me know in the comments below, what games do you think we're going to see? Do you think that all 12 of them will eventually release at some point? Also, let me know in the comments your thoughts again on the whole games as a service, the whole live service games versus single player games versus regular multiplayer games. Like, what are your thoughts? Do you think it's a good idea for Sony to pivot this way? Do you think them purchasing Bungie may lead to some problems down the line, like we're already starting to see with the layoffs and stuff? Or do you think it's going to be a nice little utopia and all the games are just going to be able to coexist on the platform with no compromises or no issues for any of the studios and franchises? Again, air quotes, no compromises, because we're already seeing the friction we saw between Bungie and Naughty Dog with regards to the Last of Us factions. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this little video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Hit the like button if you enjoyed the video. Hit the dislike if you didn't like the video. That's also an option. Share it with your friends. Again, the main thing, I feel like just the main thing is this community and engagement. I like to discuss games a lot, and I like to hear people's thoughts. I've said this about my main channel as well. Whether people agree with me, disagree with me, I do not mind. I love engaging in a lot of dialogue, back and forth, debates, discussions. So again, the greatest thing that I would enjoy on this channel is just to know people's thoughts and comments. And again, feel free. Free speech, free country, free world. I'll never take badly to anyone's thoughts, whether I agree with them or disagree with them. Again, free speech. As always, stay safe, stay healthy, stay dangerous, stay blessed. Peace out.